Haqqallahu, 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 Haqqallahu. Oh, I'm begging for your mercy, Ya Raheem, I am calling. Oh, Rahmanir, know my worry. El Musa will make me worthy, for you are most loving. Oh, well, Wadud. Haqqallahu, 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 Haqqallahu. Oh, I'm begging for your mercy, Ya Raheem, I am calling. Oh, Rahmanir, know my worry. El Musa will make me worthy, for you are most loving. Oh, well, Wadud.
Akil was one of his partners.
He's a historian.
And for many, many years, even before we knew him. So, Brother Akil, would you start the conversation?
How you met?
First met me at the masjid on Columbia Avenue. And he was one of my top league squad. He did a lot of top league, all kind of places. Hung out with him about every day. See him about every day. I guess I know pretty much everything about him too much. You know. My dude's a personality that gets to you. Even when you get mad at him, you can't stay mad at him. It's possible to stay mad at him. He can't spin you around. You get even mad at him. It's very difficult. So I see by I mean, we were good companions. We did a lot of different things. You know, I don't know. I've known for about a little over 50 years, more than 50 years. You know, what else to say? I knew him, I knew his mother, his brother, his father, and his whole family, pretty much. He was born in Philadelphia just like I was. We both went to the same hospital, not the same dates, but the same hospital.
Khalifa Yahya Sahib used to have a class on Thursday nights, and the brothers used to come down from Philly, and that's when I met Abdul Wadud, and he was always like quiet, but everyone when he spoke, everyone listened. He never talked without mentioning Allah and his apostle. He always brought you back to whatever he's talking about. He always brought you back to Allah and his apostle, and the certain experiences that he had in the deen. And the way he would put it together, it just drew everybody's attention towards him. You know, even if he was selling oils, he was a merchant. He would make thicker beads and sell oils, and then he'd get into telling you a story about this particular oil. And you know, sometimes you wonder if he was just making this up. But when he gets you around that table, you're going to buy some oil. That's the one thing about him, you know. And if you couldn't buy it, he'd give it to you. You know what I mean? So that's just the kind of person he was, you know. And one day, it was time for Salah. And somebody said, well, somebody call the Adhan. And he stepped up to the microphone. When he finished that Adhan, it was like, man, the tears would just come to your eyes, because you knew that this Adhan was for real. It was like calling you to prayer, and you wanted to pray when he finished that Adhan, inshallah. So, you know, those are some of the things that I remember about him. I mean, we were together just before the incident happened, because if my Zoj didn't have to go to the store for something, I probably would have been sitting in the seat that he's in, because the three of us used to go together to a restaurant or to pick up some halal food somewhere. And by me being the oldest, I sat in the passenger seat, in the front passenger seat, and he always sat in the back seat. And Yahya, Raheem, would be driving. So, Allah spared me, Allah took him. So I don't know if, wow. That's it.
Well, I know him in Brooklyn also, and that was in Yasin we used to call this building Yasin Masjid. And he's always in white. This tall guy, he got his briefcase, and he's going to his class and always joking and, and always happy. And I'll speed it up. When Shasab came, was the first time I heard someone call, in fact, the Darood before the Azan. And I'm telling you, I watched some brothers' eyes with tears. The Azan is beautiful, but when he called the Darood first before the Azan, that was the first time my heart just dropped. Because that's who he is. Beautiful voice, beautiful brother. He always happy. He always want to do something for you. You always want to know, what's going on with you and your family. And this is the kind of love he always share amongst us, So we miss a beautiful love. Just before he went back to Allah, he called me. He said, Brother Jabbar, man, I was to come to your bake, but my back went out on me. I'm so sorry, man. So I told him, I said, here's what's happening. You just pick a date, and you can come anytime. He said, but look, same thing with you, man. You don't have to pick a no date, just come. I said, well, okay, man. So he said, well, we gonna set up a date, man. We come by, man, and have a good time. So, 2 days after, phone call, 2 o'clock in the morning. And that's the message I got. He's going back home. So, I made some garments, kufi, and I had a nice, beautiful pants, also, ready to hook him up nice. I had to pass it on to our other brother, so this is the loss of a beautiful companion, and we'll always remind ourselves about the good things that he did whilst he was here. I say Shukrullah, Alhamdulillah, Allahu Akbar. This is my friend.
I didn't know do a dude that long. Like you say, he's just being around and a good companion. And anything you need, he never say no. And we do things together. Go out to the post, do dawah. He just stayed busy, doing the law's work, Shadi's work and stuff. So, because of him, the work goes on. So, our kills Tabiq, all Tabiq. So, alhamdulillah. Sorry.
The dua that Isa Maryam had raised the dead, and he was sent to the hospital. Some brother was sick, but the brother ended up passing away. And our beloved friend made that dua that Isa Maryam made, and the brother came back alive. So this is how the doctor start off. We start saying doctor, and that's one of the things that he did. Shah Sahib is the one who gave him the title doctor.
Exactly. He was one of Shah's medical, spiritual talibs that was able to perform spiritual medicine.
In fact, Shah Sahib, this is when he was in Brooklyn, in East New York, in this building, and it was a Eid.
It's almost time for janazah, you know.
And Shah Sahib said that the Caliph, Dr. Wadud said, he used to make some beautiful writing about Allah's name and Rasulullah's name. And Shah Sahib said that this is back, that like this way of writing about Allah's name and Rasulullah's name is back.
Calligraphy.
Yeah, calligraphy. It's back in this Jama. You know. Alhamdulillah. He's the one who used to put it together sweet. Yeah, he used to teach how to, to read Holy Quran and in East New York and Brooklyn. I'll give you all a little piece of history with Shah Sahib. And this was in Jersey. That's when Shah Sahib just came. And we all was going to Jersey to sit with Shah Sahib. And brother from Pakistan, he's Hafiz. And we all sitting there, and Shah Sahib went like this and put on his glasses. And he said, I heard you. You say you big time Sheikh, you need glasses to put on. No, this is the Hafiz is saying this in his mind or in his heart. And Shah Sahib is telling him, I heard you. You saying this big time Sheikh need glasses to put on. And from that time, the brothers were sitting there, they know what time it was with Shah Sahib. Well, I'll give you a next little piece where the adab was so bad with the brothers. When Shah Sahib came, he had to clean it up. Now, I was in Manhattan buying some merchandise, and I saw Shah Sahib walking on Broadway with Nur Muhammad. But my bad adab, I ain't got no adab. I shout out, Sheikh, Sheikh. And he turned around like, whew. And he just give me a little wave. But bad adab. I'm calling out Sheikh loud in the street. I'm way over on the other side of the street. So this is one of the things, we didn't have no adab. When he come, yeah, he put it together.
He taught us everything.
Everything, how to deal with your children, your wife, everything. Clean it up. So that's what's happening with our friends, our beloved friends.
I can tell you something y'all probably don't know.
Okay.
Wadud's found his mother and his father. Wadud gave his father shahada on his deathbed. And his father said this, Shah Sahib came later. When he came, told him Allah accepted his shahada and gave him all his sins and sent his preaching to him. His mother, Shah gave him his mother shahada too later on. But what happened was, Shah was there. He told Wadud, I want to talk to your mother. Well, her dad told his mother about Sheikh coming. She went and talked to his mother. And she thought for a minute. I gotta go. When she comes down, Shah told the brother stand outside the jail. He said, nobody in here except Wadud's mother. She like that. She had to knock on the door and just tell her to come in. She tells her to go, and she goes in, and he was doing his dicker thing. He had his head down. Then when he held his head up, she said, I've seen you before. I've seen you before. And Shah said, no, that wasn't me. What you saw, that was Surah. We look something alike, Then began to see, but all of her life, saints were coming to her and just greeting her and stuff. She didn't tell nobody. She said she started to tell her mother one time. It was a man close to them, and he came with the white shirts and the white place. And they put him in a state bracket. And she asked, why are you doing that to that man? And she said, he's crazy. He's seeing things. And she decided then they told her about mother said, put him in the nut house. Told her about the nut house, got crazy people in there and stuff. And she made up her mind, she wasn't telling nobody. But now, when Shops was telling that then Shops not telling her, you know, he said the people who are coming to you some were messengers of God and some were saints, you know, and he said that one he thought was me, was Rasulullah. And they said, you know, both your sons are Muslim, and I think you should take the Muslim too. She said, what I got to do? Then so he told her, just hold your hand and clear to me. He gave a shot, you know. He gave her some gifts and stuff. His mother and his father both wasn't Jannah, you know, and Shabbat said she was a special person. But he said Allah has some people in the world just special to him, and she was one of those people. You know? He's very lucky person. You know? I know y'all know that, but that's other stuff to tell. But I'm trying to go.
Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Mawlana Muhammad wa ala ali Sayyidina Mawlana Muhammad wa sahabi Sayyidina Mawlana Muhammad wa baraka salamu alayhi. Madad ya Rasulullah, Madad ya Habibullah, Madad ya Sayyidina Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun wa salamun ala al-mursalin. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.